Is this the soundtrack in your backyard? Put an end to the menace. Dynatrap captures mosquitoes and other flying pests and lets you enjoy the peace and quiet once again. Silent, simple. With Dynatrap, mosquito relief is on the way.
All right, everybody, welcome back into QVC2 and our Dynatrap presentation. This is the newest Dynatrap. It's the Dynatrap XL. It's got a larger collection basket. It's got lots of other features, the longer lasting, more bug catching LED bulb. It's also got the little push button release on the basket, so all the dead bugs can just plop right into your trash can. You do not have to mess with touching anything. We have it for you in 3 different sizes. This fellow right here is the 1/4 acre size. We also have it in the 1/2 acre size in the middle, and then we have it in the full acre size right here. We have the Tungsten, which is this one? Do we have the bronze as well, or is that on screen? Okay, so Tungsten is right here. This is the one that you can get from Dynatrap themselves, but you'll spend more money, of course. We have this color in the other 2, which is navy, which is a new and exclusive to QVC color. And then I believe we have copper as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, copper and bronze. Okay, so let's show all of them. There's the copper. That's what we have at our house. And then we also have the bronze, which is kind of a brownish metallic color. That's another exclusive to QVC. Green is last call, also a newer color this year, and then the Tungsten, which is the only one that is not exclusive. We also have 4 easy pays for you today. The payments are just $16.50 for the 1/4 acre. They are $27.50 for the 1/2 acre, and they are, hold please, $44 a payment for the full acre size. And there you can see the value on your screen is tremendous. All right, Sean Pickford's going to join us. Sean, this is something that I think most people find too good to be true until they actually try it. Because this actually, and nothing is 100%, but this will drastically reduce, the number of mosquitoes, stinging things, pesky things like flies, that the no-see-ums that get in your face the second you walk outside, all of the things that make it just a not very enjoyable experience when we are trying to enjoy our outdoor spaces, right?
Yeah, and I was one of those skeptics when we first brought this to QVC over 7 years ago. I'm like, how can this thing mimic me as a human being and attract mosquitoes, flies, wasps, hornets, and all these other things? Well, it does a fantastic job, so much so, Carolyn, we've sold over 1 million of these just at QVC alone.
Unbelievable.
So, and yeah, it's easy. All you do is plug it in, turn it on, and let it attract the bugs. So these are some bugs that I caught last year in my yard here. This was 2 weeks worth.
Wow.
So I don't live far from Carolyn, but I have a horse farm behind me. I have a pond. So I actually have 3 Dynatraps. I have a full acre out at the back. I have a 1/2 acre up closer to the house. And I take my little 1/4 acre here and I hang it in my garage because we leave the garage door open a lot in the summertime.
Yep.
And those bugs like to come in out of the warm sun and then try and sneak into your house, but I had them off with the Dynatrap.
I love that. And they all have a beautiful design. This is the newer design.
Right.
The 2 smaller ones to me look like little pagodas. They're very decorative in your garden. And then the larger one, of course, is just gorgeous with the most ability to capture the most bugs. Now, this is how it works. The bugs are attracted to warmth, light, and carbon dioxide. That's why they're attracted to you. But this kind of mimics you, doesn't it, Sean?
Yeah, it mimics us as human beings. So there's the light. So that lasts 6.5 times longer than our original versions. So it attracts insects day and night. So it's a special light temperature, but it warms the plate in there and creates carbon dioxide, the same thing you and I breathe every time we take a breath. So it really does mimic us. That's why the mosquitoes are so attracted to it. When they get close enough, that fan pulls them down into the trap where they expire. And I love this new feature here. This one's the easy opening eject button, as I call it.
Love that.
Yeah, goodbye, good riddance. So before you had to twist them off, sometimes undo a screw, but it couldn't be any easier. Next, you're going to see actual mosquitoes flying into the Dynatrap. So that's the cool thing about how this works. I mean, we had a third-party independent test study. It's not something I'm making up or Dynatrap. We tested this. We know it's going to attract and capture 13 different pests that could drive you in the house.
So here they
From your
come.
mosquitoes, to your flies, to your wasps, to your hornets. For us, stink bugs are nasty. All right, moss. All these bugs here do a lot of damage. And for the last 7 years, these were the only ones we could talk about until that new UV LED light technology. But we added 7 more to the list. The biting midges and no-see-ums, the Japanese beetles, so you don't need a separate trap. The gnats, which would always get behind my glasses whenever I was working on something.
Oh, so annoying.
Right? The blowflies, the drain flies, and the muscid that you're seeing here. So 13 different pests that normally would drive you indoors. Now you can enjoy being outside because, let's face it, you probably spent a lot of money to be out there. And if you are chased inside by something you can barely see, that's not a good day.
Yeah. My husband will not tolerate it for even a minute if the bugs are attacking. And, you know, kids will tolerate it. They'll run around, play in the yard, but then they come in covered with mosquito bites. And then it's like, get out the calamine lotion. You know, this will really reduce the number of any of those biting insects or nuisance insects. What it will not do is attract your pollinators, because they're not attracted to the light and the warmth. They're attracted to, and to the carbon dioxide. They're attracted to pollen. And so butterflies, you know, you don't want to put this right next to your butterfly garden. You don't want them to accidentally get sucked into this, but they're not going to be flying over to it, investigating it, thinking that they like it. In fact, Sean, in summers past, when we've sold this, when we were outside, we've had this out on our QVC patio that's surrounded by flowers, and there's always been tons of little bumblebees buzzing around the flowers, totally ignoring these Dynatraps. They're not attracted to them at all.
Yeah, and that's the great thing. We need more of the pollinators. We need less of the pests. So we really went after the mosquito here because that's the #1 pest. Because one female mosquito can lay up to 200 eggs at a time. She could do that 3 times in a 30-day period. So one mosquito could be 600 more mosquitoes. These really do a great job. I mean, we did all the test studies. We know that it worked. Look, I love being outside, but when we first put in our pool, we had flies from the horse farm behind us.
They bite.
My kids would not go in a swimming pool.
Yeah.
So thank goodness Dynatrap came out the same year, and the first thing I did was plug one in and put it back there.
Yeah.
And my kids were now enjoying the swimming pool. So if you got a deck or a patio or even a little space, it's great for taking camping. So as soon as you get to that campsite, plug it in. Let the pests find the
RV site. That's right.
Instead of finding you.
So speaking of RV sites and yards and swimming pools, who should buy which size, Sean, and where should they place them? You don't want to put them right up next to where you are.
No, don't put it in the center of your picnic table. So if you have a larger piece of property, go with the full 1 acre size. Smaller piece of property or an acre where your house is in the middle and you want attraction and capture in the front yard and the backyard, your house will be a barrier. Don't put it in that circle because that's where you're going to spend your time. So 3 to 6 feet off the ground is where you should put it. That's our fly zone. It can be on a shepherd's hook. It can be on a wall. I have one tied in a pine tree out back. So whatever you need to do, just don't sit it on the ground. We do have that universal mount option that you're seeing here. And today we're getting rain. It's a little chilly. I don't unplug mine. I don't turn them off. I do not bring them in. They are built to withstand all the elements.
Yeah.
And the biggest mistake people make,
the only way they won't work is if you don't plug them in. So when you come inside, leave it plugged in. Leave it on. You can leave it plugged in all throughout the summer. Then bring it inside when it's too cold for bugs anymore. If you live someplace where it's warm all year, just leave it plugged in. It uses very little energy. And
less than 2 cents a day for the smaller ones.
If it's not plugged in, it's not working. So all right, so let's look at our choices again. We have the 1/4 acre size. When in doubt, go to the next biggest size, you guys. But this is the 1/4 acre. Here's the 1/2 acre. Comes with all the brackets and things to hang it up with, or you can hang it on a shepherd's hook. This is the largest one, which is the 1 acre size. And it comes with everything you need, including the latest, easy to replace the light. But this, oh, Sean, we forgot to mention, this light lasts like forever.
Yeah, 27 continuous months. So for you and I, Carolyn, we don't have to worry about it for 3 years.
Wow.
For 3 seasons, because we're only using it 8 months out of the season. So
and then
they're built to last.
Your larger basket, which has the push button emptying now. Here is, well, let's look at all the colors on .com. I think that's easier. So this is the tungsten, bronze, copper, green is limited, and navy is a new one. Choose the one that you'd like. Sean, thank you so much for being on the show today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Carolyn.